Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, October 28th, at 8:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 692 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Storm strike United States, damage across South and Northeast. Biden releases slimmed down $1.75 trillion spending framework, cutting social benefits plan by over half. I wonder how I can embarrass this man this month. Fans call out Jada Pinkett Smith for saying this about marriage to Will. Actress later responds. Vatican cancels live broadcast of Biden greeting Pope. Stiffest charge stands for ex-cop who killed Daunte Wright. A software engineer spent 8 hours daily applying to entry-level coding jobs for 6 months. She was rejected 357 times before receiving an offer. Bollywood superstar's son gets bail in drugs case. Baby born 15 months after dead Olympic champion's sperm is harvested. Tornadoes, severe weather tear apart homes and down trees across Texas and Louisiana. He unleashed a California massacre. Should this school be named for him? The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Sony now uses PlayStation PC label for its PC games, The Verge. NC Coronavirus Update October 28th, cheap antidepressant shows promise treating early COVID-19, WTVD-TV. Biden pitches Democrats on $1.75 trillion spending deal with climate measures but no paid leave, NBC News. Shell stock tumbles after disappointing results as activist investor Third Point calls for a breakup, MarketWatch. Biden heads to Europe with a bit less shine and his economic agenda on the line back home, CNN. High school principal who got lap dances from students under investigation. The Hill. American Music Awards 2021, complete list of nominations, GMA. I wonder how I can embarrass this man this month. Fans call out Jada Pinkett Smith for saying this about marriage to Will. Actress later responds, Yahoo News. Scientists believe they've spotted the first planet outside the Milky Way, CBS News. Alec Baldwin post story blaming his AD over fatal shooting of Helena Hutchins, New York Post. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Subscription boxes that are so good, you'll want them for yourself. Fears of rising baguette prices pose crunch for the French. Oklahoma is trying to resume executions with the same drugs used in botched 2014 killing. Joe Buck describes disgusting measure he took to keep calling a football game. 10 ways to alleviate neck, according to experts. Get up to 47% on Shark vacuums, today only on Amazon. As black women, finding a therapist who gets it was almost impossible. Dem centrists kill overwhelmingly popular proposal to reduce prescription drug prices. TikTok comedian Huey Haha dies at 22. Joe Biden to pitch House Democrats on social spending deal. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Car thieves target locksmiths for key fobs. Driver says he was terrorized by teens on bikes. Affidavit claims man robbed bank with toy gun. Third charged after woman selling PlayStation killed. Sanctuary helps injured whistling cat. UAW member, walking picket line, killed by car. Outlook not good in carbon monoxide poisoning. Man helps stop grandparents scam. Time capsules unearth a window into the past to study today. Man accused of attacking deputies W pepper spray. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. The Climate Summit in Glasgow, Let's Choose Life. Reconstructing the Rittenhouse shootings, how Kenosha echoed America's polarization. A farewell to readers, with hope. Atlanta head home, hoping to find strength in defiance. Japan sees a drastic drop in coronavirus cases. China digs more coal for power needs, despite climate change. Biden announces $1.85 trillion framework for climate and safety net plan. U.S. economic recovery slowed in third quarter as Delta variant surged. Here's what's in Biden's $1.85 trillion plan. Edgar Wright on Last Night in Soho in the Trap of Nostalgia. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Alec Baldwin Rust shooting is a very complicated case, police say. It's a puzzle. Jesse Waters torches AG Merrick Garland as corrupt puppet of the radical left after Capitol Hill hearing. Alec Baldwin's daughter Ireland continues support for Rust star, I know my dad, you simply don't. McAuliffe draws tiny crowds as campaign enters final stretch. CNN reporter attempts to clean up McAuliffe's education comments, it has spun out of control. Cornyn, Coons introduced bipartisan bill to require financial disclosures from judges. Florida man posted bomb-making instructions online for ISIS, facing up to 15 years in prison. NYAG Letitia James to announce run for governor, report. NRA seeks to refile lawsuit against New York State, government pushes back. Virginia University employee in hot water for homophobic tweet criticizing bisexual DC comic. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, October 28th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. RHOBH Alamdor at Kemsley held at gunpoint and robbed during home invasion while asleep at home. The AA Guide 2021 is revealed showing the best restaurants in the UK. Trump says Dems failed billionaires tax would have left US high and dry. Inside Owen Grufford and girlfriend Bianca Wallace's French love nest. Loose Women's Jane Moore says she'd never air her dirty linen online like Alice Evans. COVID cases were already falling in children before half-term. Chef, 20, is jailed for 27 years for stabbing his friend, 18, more than 100 times. 4 in 10 GP appointments in England were still not face-to-face last month. Beachgoers in North Wales are warned as human waste seeps into the sea. Missing girl Cleo Smith has been seen more than 200 times since she vanished in Carnarvon. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. At COP26, climate inequality will meet vaccine inequality. Saudi Crown Prince's investment forum draws back Westerners. 30,000 people gather for a climate summit in a pandemic. What could go wrong? Sudan military leader fires 6 diplomats who criticized coup. The history of meetings between U.S. presidents and pontiffs. Mario Draghi, hosting the G20, has put Italy in enviable shape. Laos reports seizing huge amount of methamphetamine. I cannot take this push-up style anymore. Women in the Arab world embrace a new lingerie comfort zone. Reports of needle spiking in Britain drive young women, students to boycott bars. UK, demon-obsessed teen gets 35 years in sling of sisters. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden releases new $1.75 trillion framework for Democrats' reconciliation package, LIV. COVID Live, Valence warns of difficult UK winter, Moscow in partial lockdown amid record Russian cases, deaths. Army of Thieves review, fun Netflix prequel swaps horror for more heists. Sinn Féin welcomes call for progress on Northern Ireland abortion services. How Texas Republicans are rigging the system against minority voters. The fight to vote. Brett Favre repays $600,000 in welfare money for speeches he did not make. Is Joe Biden about to show up to COP26 empty-handed? Kate Aronoff. COP26 activists head to Glasgow via land, sea, and in a giant metal ball. Xavi accepts offer to become Barcelona head coach after Koeman sacked. Hungary, anti-Orban alliance leads ruling party in 2022 election poll. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Facebook, Google, Twitter face grilling by UK lawmakers. Biden makes last-minute push for agenda before heading overseas. Stocks rise broadly as indexes hover around record highs. Outages persist after nor'easter batters New England. U.S. companies announce plans for gene-edited strawberries. U.S. jobless claims drop to pandemic low of 281,000. Plane diverted after passenger assaults flight attendant. Is it okay to go trick-or-treating during the pandemic? The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID, Moscow shops and restaurants shut in partial lockdown. Laos makes Southeast Asia's largest ever drug bust. Filmmaker who exposed East Timor massacre dies. Ali al-Nimr, Saudi child protester who faced death penalty released. Hundreds of sea turtles wash up dead in Mexico. U.S. issues first gender-neutral ex-passport. RMY Dalit, conspiracist charged over alleged French coup plot. British fishing trawler detained by French authorities. No Squid Game Halloween costumes, New York schools say. COVID passes set to stay as Europe heads for winter. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. COVID vaccines for kids aren't as clear-cut as for adults, 5 factors for parents to consider. Cats, Xena, and bread making with Lucy Lawless. Who killed Johnny? A Chicago officer shot a teen in the back, but the boy's accomplice went to prison. Narco submarines play a growing role in ferrying drugs bound for the United States and elsewhere. 2 in 5 Americans believe ghosts are real and 1 in 5 say they've seen one, survey says. Baseball's stolen legacy, the fascinating story of the Negro Leagues and the man keeping the history alive. Civil rights pioneer Claudette Colvin aims to clear 1955 arrest record for refusing to surrender her bus seat. My Name director defends sex scene. Disciplinary action taken after student staff lap dance incident, Kentucky superintendent says. Showbiz minute, Baldwin, Pitt, CMAs. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Column, climate change is distressingly real, but it's not behind all major weather events. LA mystery, the Morning Dove stopped singing, what happened to them? Podcast, the unsolved assassination of Alex Ade. Poor neighborhoods bear the brunt of extreme heat, legacies of racist decision-making. On her 70th birthday, Alex Honnold's mom became the oldest woman to climb El Capitan. Businessman Ramit Varma enters LA mayor's race, will Rick Caruso be next? Los Angeles County settles with the Gur Hills restaurant that defied out-the-door dining restrictions. County to consider $2.5 million settlement with families in Kobe Bryant crash photo suits. Family of man fatally shot by Los Angeles Police Department officer in Costco to get $17 million in damages. San Francisco poised to give sick pay to house cleaners, nannies and caregivers. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, October 28, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. A new 100-page report raises alarm over Chevron's impact on planet. 10 of the world's most protected forests have become net emitters of carbon, as they are degraded by human activity and climate change. U.S. retailers pull products from companies linked to rights abuses in China. Thai police, woman cut rope holding painters 26 floors high. 2% of Elon Musk's net worth can solve world hunger, UN director. Food shortage in North Korea. Kim Jong-un orders hungry North Koreans to eat less food until 2025. Biggest drug bust in Asian history. 55 million meth pills seized Asia markets. Russia puts torture video whistleblower on wanted list. Taiwan president confirms U.S. troops training soldiers on island. Starve to death. Kim Jong-un orders North Koreans to eat less food until 2025. India arrests Muslims for cheering Pakistan cricket team. Chicken farms breeding next pandemic after deadly flu jumps 2 humans. 2% of Elon Musk's wealth could solve world hunger, says director of UN Food Scarcity Organization. World is failing to make changes needed to avoid climate breakdown, report finds. The next headlines are from Forbes. Replacing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might not be so easy. Manchester United have problems. The head of Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting success. Here's how Republican-led states are trying to block Biden's employee vaccine mandates. NFT artist Beepler's first physical piece could fetch $15 million at auction. Why qualified immunity is indefensible. The Grand Ole Opry celebrates 5,000th Saturday night broadcast this weekend. Jobless claims hit a new pandemic low as fewer Americans claim unemployment benefits. Volkswagen shares dive as profits disappoint investors and fall in the third quarter. Biden unveils new social spending proposal. Here's what remains after $2 trillion in cuts. U.S. intelligence agencies did not predict Taliban's rapid takeover of Kabul, report says. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Cassini aims to make online seminars more findable and citable. Iran 2 controls the nuclear import of proteasomes invertebrates. UK research funding to grow slower than hoped. A guide to the Nature Index. Homing in on an oral link to inflammatory disease. The fluoride wars rage on. Machine learning enables global solar panel detection. COVID reinfections, asteroid mission and tuskless elephants. The unexpected ancestry of inner Asian mummies. SLC25A39 is necessary for mitochondrial glutathione import in mammalian cells. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,740,895,538 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Tom Hokenborg, also known as Junkie XL, named Heavy Metal Entertainment's first ever Music Czar exclusive. Award circuit contenders, a look at the films in the Oscar race. It's time to tear down the wall between animation and live action. Nadezhda Modina launches Russian distribution outfit Arna Media with strong slate. Endemol Shine Boomdog taps former Argos exec Jerry Rodriguez as head of scripted content exclusive. Toronto Raptors president Masai Ujiri boards for Men's Basketball Africa League Series, Global Bulletin. Ask an Insider, Tom Sandoval shares his signature espresso martini recipe. Morgan Wallen barred from attending American Music Awards, although he's up for 2 and may win. Oliver Stone demands more answers on JFK and Jihlava documentary festival talk. Viacom CBS Networks International acquires majority stake in Fox Tele Colombia and Estudios Tele Mexico. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Brett Favre repays $600,000 in welfare funds he accepted for speeches he never gave. Trump's strategy to overturn the 2020 election didn't work. Next time it might. Biden makes his case to House Democrats for a $1.75 trillion spending framework. Donald has seen storms before, but this one could prove a tipping point. Biden unveils a smaller spending framework, now he has to sell it to House Democrats. Here's who Biden will meet with when he goes to Rome and Glasgow this week. NYC firefighters are planning a protest at the mayor's home over vaccine rules. Kyle Beach reveals he is the player suing the Chicago Blackhawks over sex assault. How the economy went from sizzle to fizzle, and why there's hope for a way back. Virginia's race for governor is a test for Democrats, and Trump's staying power. The following headlines are from The Week. Biden claims everybody's on board for his $1.75 trillion spending plan. Here's what's inside. U.S. economy slows to 2% annual growth in third quarter amid Delta surge. L.A. County reportedly set to pay $2.5 million in settlements over Kobe Bryant crash photos. Biden will reportedly announce spending framework deal before leaving for Europe. Taxes are supposed to serve the common good. Americans turn them into punishment. Cultural issues aren't abstract or petty. The GOP has taken notice. The Atlanta Braves' delayed racial reckoning is here. Late-night hosts make billionaire tax policy entertaining. Boo the Halloween weed edible scare. Wall Street Journal. Reporters say it's very disappointing opinion page published Trump's misinformation. Woman sues Kellogg's over insufficient strawberries in Pop-Tarts. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Senator Cal Seliger becomes the first victim of redistricting in Texas. A group claiming to be Cherokee faces questions about authenticity. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Proposed Centaur mission could catch comets in the act of formation. A Mars colony could be a hydrogen factory, providing propellant for the inner solar system. Early Earth was pummeled 10x more than previously estimated. Researchers use ancient literature to track 3,000 years of auroras. The radio signal from Proxima Centauri came from Earth after all. This is how you get moons. An Earth-sized world just got pummeled by something huge. Apparently, this nebula looks like Godzilla. Do you see it? Artemis 1 comes together as the Orion capsule is stacked on top of the Space Launch System. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, October 28th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. A new field guide for hot Jupiters. Cassiopeia and Perseus on October evenings. The first extragalactic planet. Asteroid Bennu's Boulder mystery solved. Andromeda Galaxy photos, 2021. The next news is from Politico. EU braces for steel quotas to end trade war with Biden. Biden's toughest crowd on social spending bill remains progressives. The next coronavirus wave in Europe. Italian LGBTQ plus hate crime bill defeated. Iran set to return to nuclear talks in November. Justice Department announces tougher enforcement for white-collar crime. Sinim reached prescription drug negotiation deal with Biden. U.S. jobless claims dropped to pandemic low of 281,000. U.S. economy slowed to a 2% rate last quarter in face of COVID. Biden urges fractious Dems to unite around $1.75 trillion mega bill. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Victorian greenhouse emissions dropped 25% below 2005 levels. How Elon Musk built Tesla into a $1 TR giant that doesn't make much money, and how it could go wrong. Australia has more people in prison, while crime is falling. Pathetic stab at patriotism last straw for DUD leader. Learners load good things in small upskilling packages. NSW school students given rapid antigen tests to check for COVID-19. From the archives, 1981, Malcolm Fraser, man behind the camera. In the Herald, October 29, 1956. Always be a learner and let your passion and enthusiasm shine. Out of context, out of mind, seek to understand offensive remarks. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest, my former mother-in-law took out a life insurance policy on my eldest child. I'm enraged. Is that legal? The moneyest, my sister wants to distribute $50K to each grandchild from our mom's savings, but some of us siblings don't have kids. Earnings results, eBay earnings beat expectations, but forecast underwhelms. Earnings results, Ford stock rallies 9% after automaker raises guidance, says chip shortages are easing. Capitol report, it's not looking good, paid leave may be on chopping block and Democrat social spending bill. Keywords, Grayscale's LaValle expects the SEC to approve its spot Bitcoin ETF by July 2022. Pfizer stock logs worst day in 19 months after earnings. Earnings results, Twilio stock dives 13% after weak earnings guidance, COO's announced departure. Netgear stock drops as supply chain problems damage outlook. Earnings results, Visa tops earnings expectations, but stock dips after outlook disappoints. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. ALJ Schwa finds violation of Section 337 in certain movable barrier operator systems, 337 TA 1209, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Software patent eligibility practice at the EPO IAM. Germany IAM. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise chooses Claravita's IP lifecycle management partner, PR Newswire UK. Financial institutions face fork in patent road, IPWatchdog.com. Netherlands IAM. Japan IAM. The day the city stood still, Syracuse cut power, halted traffic to mourn Thomas Edison in 1931. Syracuse.com. ITC Institute's investigation, 337 TA 1282, insert tunable lenses, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Proposed repair clause highlights tension between consumer rights and industrial development, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. Meme stock mania is fading on Reddit and Robinhood. How satellites are finding the world's hidden greenhouse gas emissions. Singapore is snapping up Teslas that cost 3 times as much as in the US. The creative sector is slowly owning up to its role in the climate crisis. Nigeria's Naira digital currency had an embarrassing first week. Hello, this is Space Calling. Facebook tries to connect. YouTube Premium has quietly grown into a legitimate Netflix competitor. India's first official cryptocurrency scout says the ecosystem has now come of age. Evergrande is just the tip of China's debt iceberg. The following headlines are from TechDirt. T-Mobile, Dish continue petty squabbles as Sprint merger solution looks shaky. Interpol has been weaponized by government seeking to hunt down critics and activists. New study indicates recreational screen time for kids makes very little difference. Content moderation case study, LinkedIn blocks access to journalist profiles in China, 2021. Private tech companies are making law enforcement's opacity problem even worse. When Facebook turned off its newsfeed algorithm, it made everyone's experience worse, but made Facebook more money. Colored, congressional reps making noise about social media moderation doesn't make platforms extensions of the government. Daily deal, Trio 3-in-1 aluminum desktop charging stand. Judge says Devin Nunes family has to tell the judge who is funding their lawsuit against Esquire and Ryan Lizza. Telecom, broadcasters convince FCC to explore new taxes on big tech. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Merrick Garland. Jada Pinkett Smith. Brandon Cooks. Fluvoxamine. Nets. J.J. Watt. Mexico vs. Ecuador. Mark Ingram. Bayern Munich. Real Madrid. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Hitting the jackpot, MMA ace wins $1 before hailing Nurmagomedov and father, but fans are unconvinced by comparisons to UFC icon. Russian man investigated for insulting memory of war heroes after placing his portrait in St. Petersburg's Hermitage Museum. French president tells Australian leader it's up to Canberra to repair relations after AUKUS deal damaged trust. Paris open to talks on fishing rights if London respects UK's obligations, French PM says, as British trawler detained. Amnesty says US vows not to torture Assange aren't worth paper they're written on due to Washington's dismal human rights record. Barcelona set to confirm club legend Xavi Hernandez as new permanent boss as Sergi Barjuan takes temporary charge. Spending millions on propellers and solar panels won't make sun brighter or wind stronger, Russian envoy tells EU on energy crisis. Africa to fall far short of target to vaccinate 40% against COVID-19, imminent shortfall of syringes may hinder further progress. I won't pay a thing, leader of Russia's anti-feminist far-right group Male State blasts, after sushi restaurant files lawsuit. Redaloids at the helm of the UN, Twitter split after CGI dinosaur lectures humans on downsides of extinction. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Wait until all these new homebuyers see their property taxes go up next year. The spirituality behind Bitcoin. U.S. coal stockpiles slump to two-decade low as power plant demand surges. NASA facing massive $2.7 billion cost overruns at its facilities. China urges U.S. to immediately lift sanctions on Taliban as economic chaos looms. Taiwan is a #1 issue for the CIA's new China Center. Gender X, U.S. issues first passport for people who don't identify as male or female. A global oil shortage is inevitable. Flood of Shiba Inu buyers crashes Coinbase. Bond market screams Fed policy error, sparks huge value to growth rotation in stocks. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. GDP growth slows sharply in Q3 as consumers downshift spending. Will the U.S. reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy? Critics walk out as Lebanon parliament reaffirms March 2022 poll. Why is white supremacy growing in the United States? Laos police net meth pills, crystal meth in record drug bust. Energy crisis. UK consumers face rising fuel poverty this winter. US creates more protected areas for undocumented residents. A letter to a refugee child finding friends on this journey. Will academia ever have its Me Too moment? France seizes British trawler as post-Brexit fishing row spirals. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Nolte, watch Bruce Springsteen smear his own fans as N-word hurling racists. Nor'easter pummels Massachusetts, upwards of 490,000 businesses and homes lose power. 68% say economy is getting worse as confidence collapse continues. Biden administration denies biological reality, issues first passport with X-gender option. Afghanistan, women protest shameful UN silence on Taliban repression. Biden gives illegal aliens protected areas where they can evade arrest. Poll, majority of fully vaccinated are still wearing masks. Survey shows suburban voters rejecting radical left Biden agenda. Alec Baldwin, other Rust movie producers could face tremendous legal fallout, experts say. Chip Roy, Democrat South's disarmament of black citizens shows why we must be armed. The next headlines are from UPI News. Maryland man wins his second $2 million lottery prize. Watch, wildlife officer rescues elk with antlers entangled in child swing. Watch, bear crashes wedding reception in Mexico. Watch, Colorado softball team features players in their 90s. Watch, hundreds of rolls of toilet paper spilled onto California highway. Iowa bar offers cocktails and karaoke but no alcohol. Worker finds malfunctioning water well was full of snakes. Watch, escaped cow leads Arizona police on late-night chase. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Listen to this singing lemur species that has common musical traits like humans do. Baker sculpting an alligator out of bread presents a loaf for Loki. South Korean scientists perfect renewable power from urine while cleaning wastewater. Giant eagle owl unseen for 150 years just caught on camera. France's first public official with Down syndrome helps everyone see disability differently. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, October 28th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man making $40K year bought $32M in Vancouver real estate. Is this Timothée Chalamet's Xbox modding YouTube channel? An investigation. Man who cut phallus from Maori carving says he was doing God's work. Las Vegas woman allegedly dismembered husband's body, stole his social security benefits. Sisters were murdered in teen satanic lottery blood pact. U.S. Copyright Office says you can fix a game console, but only the optical drive. All hell broke loose at this dog show in Miami, and humans sparked the chaos, video shows. Drunk man dies after biting venomous baby snake in apparent revenge attack. Win for vegan butter, Miyoko's Creamery scores legal victory. Talking dinosaur gives climate speech at UN. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. China says it has a quantum computer 1,000,000 times more powerful than Google's. A beginner's guide to AI, ethics. SpaceX's success is built on the bones of tiny birds. This 4K drone packed with flight features is now on sale for less than $80. These are the 5 highest paying jobs for engineers in the UK. Installing a smart doorbell, here's how to do it without being fined. Zuckerberg, misinformation king, says the media is misinformed about Facebook. The ultimate employee benefit you need to offer, purpose. How to transfer your WhatsApp chats from iPhone to Android. Scientists think they can finally speak to whales, maybe they shouldn't? The following headlines are from Science Daily. Astronomers discover massive galaxy shipyard in the distant universe. A novel solution to a combinatorial optimization problem in bicycle sharing systems. Tunable catalysis, solving the particle size puzzle. A lab in the sky, physics experiment in Earth's atmosphere could help improve GPS performance. Bone mineral density decreases less than expected after menopause. Tiny pterosaurs dominated Cretaceous skies. A heart that beats, almost, like our own. Cat's meow, robotic pet boosts mood, behavior and cognition in adults with dementia. Making Martian rocket biofuel on Mars. Polar bear diet may indicate prey distribution changes due to climate shifts. The next headlines are from Information Week. How AI might make commerce in the future more human. Will you win the battle of the stacks? More tech spending moves out of IT. Storage pros move to data roles. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, October 28th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to host briefing on Webb telescope engineering, deployments. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. A controversial Black Lives Matter mural is overshadowing crucial issues in Park City's mayoral race, Robert Garrick writes. Utah Jazz have a decision to make. Should they pick up Udoka as a Blues option? How about this Jazz podcast? Donovan Mitchell scoring but wants to be more efficient for the Utah Jazz. Latest from Mormon land, the Book of Mormon gets a rewrite. Is Utah's Independent Redistricting Commission a success? Depends on who you ask. Rob Bishop plants bomb in Utah redistricting process. You can defuse it, editorial board writes. Inside the two council races to represent Salt Lake City's west side. How a $200K grant will help a west side school bounce back from pandemic challenges. Race for Harriman Mayor centers on growth, with echoes of Olympia everywhere. Salt Lake City one step closer to tiny home village for homeless individuals. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. DeFi protocol Cream Finance loses $130 million in latest crypto hack. McDonald's partners with IBM to automate drive-through lanes. Payments company Stripe is kickstarting market for carbon removal. The 50-year-old problem that eludes theoretical computer science. Teen bought Google ad for his scam website and made 48 bitcoins duping UK online shoppers. Cobbling together unemployment insurance benefits, how delays in fiscal stabilizers impact aggregate consumption. Blind people won the right to break ebook DRM in 3 years, they'll have to do it again. Android's 12L feature drop aimed to be a big improvement for folding phones. Ransomware gang claims attack on NRA. Setback for Nvidia's $54 billion ARM bid as EU regulators open probe. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. 7,000 trout to be stocked in Missouri lakes for start of season. Target reveals early Black Friday deals starting next week. When can I enroll in Affordable Care Act benefits? Biden pitching $1.75 trillion agenda at Capitol, seeks to unite Democrats. Family of fallen Illinois officer asks for privacy and is thankful for the support. Red Cross volunteers continue to help victims of Sunday's tornado. Fox C6 students do not have to wear masks in school starting tomorrow. Enterprise Center and other city buildings vandalized Thursday morning. Rain with high temperatures in the 50s Thursday. Woman's Range Rover stolen from Maplewood Quick Trip. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Biden heads to Capitol to push infrastructure deal, agenda. Flight to SoCal diverted after passenger assaults flight attendant. County reports 549 new COVID-19 cases, 9 more deaths. The show goes on. Encinitas Council votes to rescind cancellation of holiday parade. A community rebuilds. Santee waives permit fees for homes ravaged by plane crash. 60-year-old man found dead in Hillcrest. Man admits to torching historic Randall Lamb building during La Mesa protest. Cousin, fame, failing marriage change TikTok star accused in double murder. Criminal complained, local man entered Pelosi's office during January 6 Capitol riot. Sanctuary takes an abandoned Jaguar pub as state seeks those responsible. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army picks Boeing and General Atomics team to develop new laser weapon. Fails digital radar ready for integration on France's future frigate. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. China Unbound, the implications of China's expanding influence. China to build new military base in Tajikistan. DeFi, can decentralized finance defy China's crypto controls? Treason in the early Qing, and the curious consequences. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, October 28, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Traffic stop turns to high-speed chase, child endangerment arrest in Petaluma. Hotel workers strike in Berkeley, San Francisco. Passenger assaults flight attendant is banned from American Airlines for life. Not a trick, Biden's won't be at White House to host Halloween this year. FDA sets stronger safety warnings for breast implants. Ransomware gang says it hacked the National Rifle Association. Supporters defend San Francisco to Chisabutin against recall. San Francisco housing project for homeless rejected. Sutter health doctor creates sensation-preserving mastectomy technique. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Presidents and popes over the years, gifts, gaffes, grief. Ex-Gary officer indicted for allegedly using excessive force. We were just happy we were there, fishing buddies recognized for life-saving rescue in Wakanda. Ex-Black Hawk speaks about sexual assault, how claims were handled, it's destroyed me. Better, Pat McGann returns as Emmy host. Constable, tournament will draw table tennis elite to Libertyville. We are truly blessed, Naperville couple of perfect matches wife donates kidney to husband. State House joins Senate to repeal abortion law requiring parental notice. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Boeing expects to lose $1 billion because of problems with 787 Dreamliner jet. Immersive Vincent van Gogh experience finally materializes in Seattle, but was it worth the wait? Washington's North Cascades Highway to close on November 15 for winter season. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Malau 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in South Sudan. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Serbia. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in China, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, October 28th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 4 Texas high school volleyball players face charges after teammate allegedly stripped on school bus. Biden pitches Democrat on scaled-back $1.75 trillion spending bill, now without paid family leave. No tropical development expected in the Gulf. Windstorm could bring gusts up to 50 miles per hour Thursday. Astros interpreter is both a key voice and crucial set of eyes for team. Third person accuses same man of road rage, says he spit in her face. 2021 American Music Awards nominees, full list. Pasadena police investigating after person found shot at San Jacinto College. Passenger on American Airlines flight punches flight attendant, forces emergency landing. Most parents won't vaccinate their young children right away against COVID, survey finds. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Biden pitches $1.75 trillion plan at Capitol, trying to unite Dems. Exxon CEO denies spreading disinformation on climate change. Report, Dutch government missing climate targets, must act faster. What's in, and what's out, as Biden offers scaled-back plan. Rookie goes from Gwinnett Hotel to World Series in whirlwind. UCLA presents new challenge for Utah's run defense. Cal's improved defense in for tough test versus Oregon State. AP Top 25 Podcast, What's Up with Dan Mullen, Week 9 Preview. Nokia 3Q profit beats expectations despite chip shortage. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Early edition, meet the stylish folks vying for a $1.7 million South Slope duplex. How much do you really know about New York City's bats? Attorney General Letitia James seeks to make history, again, with expected gubernatorial bid. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. NJ finally opens applications for $40 million excluded worker fund. Every 4 years in New Jersey, it's property taxes, stupid. FDNY, 1 in 5 ambulances, fire companies could be offline Monday as NYC workers fight vaccine mandate. Extra, why is BJ Novak's face turning up on random products around the globe? Lawmakers press city for numbers on public school enrollment. In 1910, New York City elected its first great walking mayor. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Any end to this suicidal war? The destruction of the web of life. Green industrial policies key for climate adaptation in developing world. UN commits to long-term support for Afghan mothers and newborns, Najib's story. COP26, rich nations have not shown leadership in their fair share of emission cuts. Transforming food systems to defeat hunger. The UN News COP26 Climate Quiz. Education cannot wait urges urgent action for world's biggest humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan. Climate crisis fuels exodus to Mexico, both way station and destination. Mental health achievements in Bangladesh. Victims of human trafficking being punished and stigmatized. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Gender X, U.S. issues first passport for people who don't identify as male or female. COVID-19, Moderna gets its miracle. George Soros bankrolls new media corporation that will pay journalists to fight misinformation, control local news outlets. FDA panel backs Pfizer shot for kids. We're never going to learn about how safe this vaccine is unless we start giving it. US assures London court that Assange can serve all prison time in Australia. Cloak and Dagger military intelligence outfit at center of US digital vaccine passport push. Tesla has applied to sell electricity in Texas. CDC director says Biden admin to roll out plan to educate and counsel unvaccinated police officers, essential workers. The CEO of Blackstone is warning that a real shortage of energy will cause social unrest all over the planet. PC police release updated annual list of banned Halloween activities and costumes. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Colonial art, Cambridge hands over looted bronze to Nigeria. Escapee, 64, sentenced after 29 years on the run in Sydney. California High Court won't hear Brad Pitt divorce appeal. Sheriff, movie set showed some complacency with weapons. Are people receiving vaccines with more ingredients than FDA approved? Some older devices will no longer support WhatsApp. Nor'easter cuts power to over 500,000 homes, businesses. Woman in Thailand high-rise cuts rope holding painters. United States issues its first passport with X gender marker. 70s radical David Gilbert granted parole and Brinks robbery. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Court to unseal files in South Dakota billionaire child porn probe. Joyrider shot at driver, eluded cops, surrenders in stolen Ricky Bobby jumpsuit after Oregon chase, cops say. Knee-high boots are having a moment, so it's time to join in. White House confident its new $1.75 trillion spending package can actually pass. Cords everywhere, you need a cord wrapper. Diplomats see that getting bumped by Senate veterans and widows. Eternals is one of Marvel's emptiest movies yet. Cops accused of cover-up so bad that a trooper's helping sue. Michigan GOP is installing conspiracy nuts in critical swing state election posts. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Jada Pinkett Smith says she and Will Smith never had an issue with sex. Ireland Baldwin shares supportive message for dead Alec Baldwin. Dorrit Kemsley reportedly held at gunpoint during terrifying home invasion. Tara Reid hits back at body-shaming comments about being too skinny. Minnesota residents now required to state home address if they want to speak at school board meetings. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Space may help scientists finally pin down the lifetime of a neutron. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. How life could change with every uptick in the temperature. Scientists believe they've spotted first planet outside the Milky Way. Rare gene mutation increases breast cancer risk. Tornado outbreak leaves trail of destruction in the south. Spanish islands volcanic eruption still causing massive damage. Man confirmed to be great-grandson of Sitting Bull with DNA match. Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine could be available soon for kids ages 5 to 11. CDC suggests fourth COVID shot for immunocompromised. Great white shark bites a case of mistaken identity, study shows. FDA panel recommends Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for kids. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Some of soccer's biggest names congratulate Josh Cavallo's historic decision to come out as gay. So much respect for you, brother. AOC, Biden's budget framework needs to be more than something on the back of an envelope. Pennsylvania woman finds fried chicken head in wings order. Biden delays trip to Europe as budget framework looks within reach. White executive who claimed he was fired amid diversity push awarded $10 million. Painters in Thailand left dangling from high-rise condominium after angry resident cut support rope. District Attorney on Alec Baldwin shooting, corners were definitely cut on this set. Hiroshima atomic bomb survivor Suneo Tsuboi dies at 96. Coast Guard says removal of Golden Ray cargo ship off Georgia coast is largest operation in U.S. history. Ohio man, 83, acquitted in wife's murder after serving 45 years of life sentence, maintaining his innocence. The following headlines are from military.com. Leadership hasn't done enough to protect patients at the VA, watchdog says. Nearly 200 Americans and thousands of Afghans seeking visas remain in Afghanistan after U.S. troops left. Biden calls out China's Taiwan actions as coercive. Marine who filmed nude women in ship's bathroom obstructed justice, appeals court rules. General Milley calls Chinese weapon test very concerning. NATO's Afghan mission hit by mission creep, official says. U.S. asks UK court to permit extradition of WikiLeaks Assange. Women facing disproportionate challenges when leaving military service, experts tell Congress. Relief comes for U.S. military family after Ansbach office drops tax query. U.S., China, Russia join Asia summit amid regional disputes. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Man found fatally shot inside portable toilet in South Austin neighborhood, police say. Criminal charges filed in connection with alleged sexual abuse in Chicago Park District Lifeguard Unit, sources. Democrats' latest congressional map boosts Rep. Lauren Underwood's re-election odds, maintains potential for a second Latino district. Timeline, the Chicago Blackhawks video coach scandal. Illinois coronavirus graphs, daily data updates on COVID-19 deaths, cases and tests. I'm pregnant and concerned about mixing vaccines with a booster. Is there anything women should consider when deciding when and which to get your COVID-19 questions answered? Daywatch, state lawmakers send abortion measure to Pritzker. CPS enrollment continues steep decline. John Doe speaks out about Blackhawks. One of America's last remaining native birch bark canoe builders is constructing an elaborate 16-foot hunting boat at Northwestern. We don't just take, we give back. Illinois legislators send repeal of parental notification law on abortions to Pritzker. Democrats unveil third try at congressional map. Phone threat triggers evacuation of Chicago TV studio. The following headlines are from phys.org. Engineers devise a way to selectively turn on RNA therapies in human cells. The early bird gets the truffle. Researchers show birds hunt for fungi, too. Trade-offs between well-being and resilience. Almost 250,000 unowned cats estimated in UK urban areas. Nearly half of all churches and other faith institutions help people get enough to eat. Everything science knows about climate change and the future of the world's largest economies. CO2 reduction and economic growth, can they go hand in hand? Flawed climate change targets missed the mark. Only 27.5% of adult victims of child sexual abuse tell someone about the experience while still a child. How to help consumers reduce interest payments across multiple credit card accounts. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, October 28th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How rat poison helps chemists win Nobel Prizes. Cloud seeding in Colorado could make waves in the West. Light pollution threatens millennia-old indigenous navigation methods. What is CBD oil good for? Your questions answered. Plants may help make your surroundings quieter. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Families of 9 killed in SC church settle with feds over gun. Pandemic restrictions fuel recall efforts on fall ballots. Clemson Sweeney, getting treated like he has the plague. Marlins, Miguel Rojas agreed to $10 million, 2-year deal. Rashid hopes to give people back home something to celebrate. Police make arrests 18 months after boy, 7, killed in home. Yorkshire takes no disciplinary action after racism report. Solar wing jammed on NASA spacecraft chasing asteroids. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. In-N-Out is wrong about vaccine mandates. Plotting San Jose State's path to a bowl game with 4 games to go. Larry Majid, Google's Pixel 6 phone's raise bar for photos, dictation and performance. Side effects of COVID-19 shot in children ages 5 to 11 mild, investigator says. Analysis, Elon Musk used government money to build Tesla, but he fears a tax on billionaires. New dads are losers if they take 6 months paternity leave, Palantir co-founder says. Bay Area High School Football Week 10 preview, top matchups, schedule. COVID jobs, California unemployment claims drop, stay far higher than normal. Here's what's in the $1.75 trillion economic plan President Biden will try to sell his party. 7 amazing Bay Area things to do this Halloween weekend, October 29th to 31st. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. HHS, NJ extends postpartum care to a full year. Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen confirms U.S. troop presence. Biden drops expanding Medicare to cover dental, vision from budget bill. Economy slow to disappointing 2% growth in third quarter, Commerce Department. Joe Biden makes last-ditch plea to Dems for social welfare, climate bill before Europe trip. Seoul, North Korea's Kim Jong-un lost 20 kilograms but remains healthy. Trump ally Dan Bongino says radio show off air amid vaccine fight. U.S. jobless claims drop to pandemic low 281,000. Joe Biden to sell spending plans to House Democrats, deliver speech to Americans. Explainer, why are schools revisiting gifted education? The next headlines are from The Intercept. High-stakes prosecution of U.S.-backed Mexican drug war commander set for trial. Biden administration urged Senate to raise profit threshold for minimum corporate tax to $1 billion. The spoils of war, how profits rather than empire define success for the Pentagon. Making a killing, the business of war profiteering. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, October 28, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Biden announces framework for sweeping new budget, infrastructure plan. Court documents reveal how the shooting happened on Alec Baldwin movie set. Former Chicago Park District lifeguard supervisor charged with sexually assaulting 16-year-old employee. Lemon balm can help reduce stress and anxiety, early data reveal. Murder charge filed in West Pullman shooting from July. Tony Fitzpatrick and Birds leave Go and Show, plus, Rutgers, Fall Mushrooms, last viewing of Bridge lifts. Ask the doctors, get your flu shot this year. 2 killed, 8 shot, Wednesday in Chicago. Man found fatally shot inside portable toilet in Austin. Dear Abby, amazing friend has a flaw, he says and does humiliating things. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Pro-Pac slogans, Kashmiri students sent to 14-day judicial custody. Bail for Aryan, what defense lawyers argued in court. IPL, Hardik unlikely to be retained by Mumbai Indians. Bajaj 3 years late to bring new Pulsar, MD responds. Relief for Wankhede, to get 3-day notice before arrest. T20 WCL Hive, quick wickets hurt Sri Lanka run charge. T20 World Cup 2021 live score, Australia vs Sri Lanka. New law will not affect existing border treaties, China. First full economy AC3 tier train to run from Delhi to Patna. Would be great if India, Pakistan meet again, Suglane. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, October 28, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Best bets the week of October 28, November 3, 2021. Astros take down Braves in Game 2, even World Series at 1-1. The path for the Houston Texans to overachieve against 2021 expectations. Things to do, the Hives at White Oak Music Hall. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this fall 2021. Opinion, Krause doesn't want books to make students feel bad. Astros drop Game 1 of World Series 6-2, 4 thoughts. Another delay in our return to the moon. This week's best concerts. Dolphins, Panthers remain favorites to land Deshaun Watson. The next headlines are about world records making news. Watch this runner set a new record for the beer mile, menschealth.com. Scary spider records, bloodsuckers, bird eaters and more, Guinness World Records. Russian Hulk sets world record hauling 53 tons of lorry and bus, Africa News English. Mike Schmidt's pumpkin disqualified from winning Safeway World Championship pumpkin weigh-off, The Washington Post. Martial arts, India's Chinmay Sharma sets Guinness World Record for most full-contact elbow strikes in 1 minute, India Today. Monster pumpkin heavier than a small car breaks world record, Guinness World Records. Toyota Mirai sets new Guinness World Record with 1,360 km zero-emission journey, Albalga. Bayern Munich miss out on world record after dismal 5-0 loss to Borussia Mönchengladbach, The Mirror. Indian Army officer holds new Guinness World Record for ultracycling, The Hunts India. Record 48 million people internally displaced due to conflict, Special Rapporteur tells Third Committee as delegates tackle human trafficking, entrenched racism, World, Relief Web. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Get your own Ghostbusters proton pack if busting makes you feel good. Star Trek, Prodigy is for the kids, and kids at heart. Relentless Facebook papers leaks will continue until morale improves. Canon's PowerShot PX looks like a security camera but captures precious moments instead of crooks. Everything you need to know about Thursday's big oil hearing. Updates from Cowboy Bebop, A Quiet Place 3, and more. Cowards hit Papua New Guinea with ransomware during COVID-19 surge. The NRA has reportedly been hacked. How the 2019 Christchurch massacre changed Facebook forever. 2 new South Park movies are coming this year, sort of. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Urandangi Aerodrome in Australia at 109.76 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Dome in Antarctica at minus 65.74 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 54.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Pixar's Lightyear turns Buzz into a non-toy astronaut, with new voice, in 2022. U.S. Copyright Office says you can fix a game console, but only the optical drive. Mystery of deadly U.S. infections solved, aromatherapy spray at Walmart to blame. X-rays may have revealed the first planet outside our galaxy. Today's best deals, LG OLED TVs, Roku 4K streamers, Xbox Game Pass, and more. Full Wheel of Time trailer has monsters, magic, and a virtual 3D gimmick. Review, bigger screen, better lighting make for a nearly perfect Kindle Paperwhite. Can Pikmin Bloom recapture the magic of Pokemon Go? Ancient DNA from Sitting Bull's scalp lock confirms living great-grandson. Verizon will use Amazon's low Earth orbit satellites to extend 4G and 5G. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Here is the startling truth about America's biggest national security problem. Dems, Republicans slam Michigan redistricting panel over closed session on Voting Rights Act. GOP's Cretans accused of illegally diverting $100,000 from state account to pay for Senate run. Here's how crying Nazi Chris Cantwell prepared for his Charlottesville trial. Parks and Recreation actor charged for allegedly throwing paint on George Floyd Memorial in New York. This TikTok user infiltrated White Lives Matter groups and uncovered a wellspring of racism. Mark Zuckerberg and his wife sued by former household workers alleging sexual harassment and discrimination. Liberty University could lose tax-exempt status after shocking recording went viral, columnist. Why the malicious destructiveness of a second Trump presidency would be much worse than the first, conservative. Google tells customers that antitrust legislation could cost your business. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. You are worth more. Kaiser Permanente workers are on the verge of a historic strike. Biden vastly expands protected areas where ICE cannot arrest immigrants. Biden is taking forever to get his ambassadors confirmed. You can thank Ted Cruz for that. Some bright spots in the global coral catastrophe. Taxing billionaires is long overdue, but there's a better way to do it. The owners of the Democrats' big data firm have a side gig, working to elect far-right Republicans. How do people join militias? A leaked Oath Keepers roster has answers. The next items are today's top search results for Bigfoot. Bigfoot in Kentucky, Spectrum News 1. Halloween, the legend of Florida's Bigfoot, Bay News 9. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Horror films to add some spookiness to anyone's Halloween season, University of Virginia Cavalier Daily. The Science of Aliens, Part 6, with A.B. Religious, Air and Space Magazine. MSU graduate student wins prestigious NASA award to advance search for extraterrestrial life, Montana State University. Nova Universe revealed on PBS brings the cosmos down to Earth tonight, Space.com. Are we alone in the universe? NASA calls for new framework. NASA. Are we alone in the universe? NASA. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Aptenics, APTX, fall 0.90% on strong volume October 27, Equities.com. Using deep brain stimulation to treat Parkinson's disease, News Medical Net. Aptenics completes enrollment in Phase 2B study of NICS 2925 in painful diabetic peripheral neuropathy, Galveston County Daily News. Best Nootropics Review, Top Brain Supplements and Smart Drugs, Bellevue Reporter. Visual exposure enhances stimulus encoding and persistence in primary cortex, pnas.org. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, October 28, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Head of NASA intertwined alien life and the Nimitz UFO encounters. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, October 28, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.